Hello bros and welcome to SFX0 BroFive production and next part Dragon Age start going right here. Alright, I done some thing. I added a mod and then I tried to figure out a way to actually change the character. But apparently there aren't any commands console, so I couldn't actually add this here, so I had to start over from the beginning. Also added a bow because simply all weapons were terrible. We couldn't do anything. So I added this bow with Forgotten Elves, and this is a Forgotten Traveler bow of the Lost Ranger. Those arrows respawn each time we restart, so we can always use them. Also added a mod that actually increases breast size in armor, but doesn't always look good. Apparently. So that's just simply what I added, and there are some
I've heard of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now.
Sir
And I will
Donald.
not...
I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach. I am Sir Donald, knight in the court of Al Eamon in Redcliffe. Or I was, prior to his misfortune.
And I am a roomie.
A pleasure, my lady. Now then, what can I do for you?
So you'll be seeing the Darkspawn.
My mission takes priority. But I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
You said something happened to all. What are you doing here?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day my hope dims.
I was hoping to meet on Al Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
I'm a Grey Warden and need his help.
A warden? Then some did survive. You must be who Loghain hopes to smoke out with his bounty.
Is there any point in going to Redcliffe? Bounty?
The Tairn declared the Grey Wardens responsible for the massacre at Ostagar. There is a price on your heads. Whatever the Tairn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Is there any point in going to Redcliffe?
He may be dead already. Or perhaps his luck has changed in the weeks I have been gone. If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
So the quest for the ashes brought you here. Tell me more about the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
The Dailies don't learn much about your religion.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of
I'm
lore.
not gonna read a book.
Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Who is Sir Henrik?
My fellow knight and travelling companion. He is delayed, though.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
So your quest for the ashes brought you here.
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
I should go.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, my lady. You have been most helpful.
Right, let's talk to Liliana.
Yes?
Nothing, never mind. I thought maybe we...
And when the Maker
first dialogue
spoke,
was there.
chant of light scattered in the darkness. The word dispelled.
Good day, Sister Liliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
I do not recognize your companion. Greetings. Will you be making a donation to the Chantry? Our need has never been greater.
your tea to the Charecter, or you... who are you? What title is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
Very well, 30 silver it is.
Thank you, dear woman. What can I do for you then?
I'm a Grey Warden, I need your help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
So I've heard, but it's Loghain who betrayed the king.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Can you provide any help to the Grey Wardens at all?
I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village in Chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else...
there was something else, let's see. I was hoping to receive your blessing.
For a Grey Warden? Yes. You have a difficult road to walk, don't you? In Andraste's name, I call upon the Maker to watch over his child and creation. Watch over her path, O Maker. Give her light in darkness. So let it be. Now, if there is nothing else...
Perhaps I should do.
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
We need to get as much affection from Leliana as possible.
And enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the chant of light make it pure.
Praying for help from a prophet they burned, and a god who has turned his back on them not once, but twice.
One symbol of Andraste. Ah! What the hell are you doing?
Light scattered in the darkness. Word dispelled fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Those who seek redemption. And those who are
Can I just click all the things I can click? Because I can get XP from it. I don't know anything
It shall be done.
Very long loading for some reason. Alright, let's go and kick this merchant's ass.
Back off! I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune.
I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll... Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Get rid of the tiny part and I consider. Is your profit roughly some credit? So this, no.
You could say that, yes.
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
There's been so many of these men lately. Heartless opportunists, all.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
You don't think you're being unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I think I can compromise and still make a profit now.
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
A fine compromise.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally.
Yes.
My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
I am in least. Let's see what you have.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
What do you have? Oh, you have a firebomb and 2 acid flasks. Not too bad for a merchant, actually. Wine. I don't know who would like wine, but I'll buy it. Hey, come on, look at this. I need mushrooms. That's... yeah, it took that long time to get to that one.
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kokari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right. And they are right in this.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
The carnage we left in the wilds was horrifying.
Ah, it's having...
Destarit, mera detwasit. You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace.
You're a person. Who put you here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
I'm Verona, pleased to meet you.
You mock me, or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
What did you do to... I could give you some food, or I could end it for you now. I found myself...
No doubt.
Help.
What help do you seek?
I'm sworn to defend the land against the bite.
The Blight. Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes, I am.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the Revered Mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
I'll leave you for now.
Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
New screenshot? What? Let's go and talk to the Revered Mother if she would let him go, if he's gonna help me, and probably die in the quest to help me. We're not reading loading for a while anyway. And if the game crashes, I don't have to restart it. Yay, it didn't crash.
Yes? What can I do for you now?
I want to talk about Sten, the Chronor you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
Is there any way I could convince you to leave? What did he do? What did cause the incident with his people? I want him freed. I might have a use for him.
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I was thinking you might release him into my custody.
And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
I haven't never used him as into my company, but I usually just help people that needs it.
I have been setting down in ink the tales of our exploits, and I have been thinking about ways to describe you. You are unlike any animal I have ever met. Almost human in your intelligence and understanding. So, let me see. You're loyal, yes? That one is obvious. Very, very clever. This is also obvious. You are terrifying when you have to be, but gentle and sweet as a dove at other times. And you are also playful. Sometimes gluttonous.
Oh, she's talking to the dog.
No?
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Guess and what if I don't lead you to your atonement?
Then I will find it myself. May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Oh. Might be a strong warrior or something like that. I don't trust in strength of combat. I trust in skills.
It is begun.
What is begun? I'm looking for uproot.
Now we do battle!
Kill him! Kill them all!
Give it.
I'm shield. He ganged up on like that. Still actually way stronger.
No! More no mercy! It's your time to die! Blast!
Oh, fuck.
Damn you! Not pleasant.
Dying is not pleasant, of course. Nice! Kill him! Get the dog. Not the worst fight now when I have a strong bow. Ja, det var good amount of healing potions too. Oh, come on. I'm not gonna use one more healing potion, I don't need to.
Now you fall!
I'm also very skilled in archery, so I should actually always
No quarter shall be given. Help me. I believe I took a bad shot in that fight.
Oh, come on. No, I'm not gonna give you any. Get it. I don't know what's happening there, but I'm gonna check this up.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
Alright, you're stupid, clearly. Reference cannot defeat a Grave Warden. Hey! Why the hell are there so many of them? You can bring Alistar, you can kill him. Oh my god.
To be merciful.
It's too much. I'm sorry.
But you haven't even gone down. What are they waiting for? You're done well, you're a good dog.
Oh look, my bruises form a pretty pattern.
What? Actually, I need to talk to these something. That one, Aldemir Raymond.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
Yes, I do.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Oh, I got 50 silver for nothing. That's cool. Just to make some healing potions.
It shall be done.
The spiders here that I'm gonna kill. Yeah, this first one.
Don't give them the advantage! That's where he's in trouble! Careful! Here's the glory. Make a reserve! Lock on your path! It shall be done. I shall do it.
Look around a little bit more here, then I'm gonna go back to the center board. Okay, I remember this.
True reason to fight! Don't give them the advantage!
That's a bandit, don't kill the bandits either.
Wipe them out! Don't give them the advantage!
There's one more dude over there. That one.
As you say. Now we get our
Leliana. Alright, I leveled up, so let's do that. As you see, I changed this a little different. I try to get the strength up so I can get the blood dragon armor. And you're next. Summon Root. Now I have a wolf that helps me. Okay, I'm gonna move that there.
It shall be done.
I put it to back. But I don't need more normal healing potions, so what I'm thinking is I just gonna wait with these. What? Oh no! Darkspawn! What the hell are they doing? Kill him! Kill them all! That's not us. They can't not be the kill. That's perfect.
Damn you! You should try one that.
Alpha. My wolf is the best. That's our life.
I am your champion! Must fight, let us do it quickly. You must fight, let us do it quickly. No order shall be.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
Why don't you want to travel with the Green? It's a bit complicated. You're welcome to come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer. There may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Wait, what?
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we? We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you, Colonel, for all your assistance.
Okay, that's weird. Why is this game different? A lot of times I ever played it, hasn't been on the PC though. And then I don't always come along.
It is begun.
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day.
As you say.
So, what's it? Well, these quests are up there. Yeah, no. There's a class, codex, conversation, download code. No doing. Fully infected bears. You read on the center board about some blight infected bears in the north of Lower. I think they're over here.
Now we get our hands dirty.
That's a lot of wolves. That's a lot of wolves. Get the hell off me!
begun.
Jag found a keep there. Yeah. Invite infected bears are this way. I'm gonna just wait for all of them at full health before we go on there. Okay, we're going for a bit longer, I know. Come on, Liliana, heal faster.
Don't give them the advantage! More the now we do back! I never liked this talk. It's a good day.
One thing I do know about Liliana's quest is that it seems very complicated to always succeed.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
Yeah, that's pretty much every quest I can do. I don't know how to talk to him again.
Let each look after his neighbor, and he will be looked after in return.
Hello.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you, Carney, for all your assistance.
Yes, I'm sure for it.
Bad dreams, huh?
Must have something vibrant. It seems real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Jasmine is the dragon.
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
I'm not frightened.
I screamed like a little girl. Duncan said he thought I had someone in my room. Not embarrassing at all. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
No.
Yes?
Let's talk.
Well, here I am.
Visions of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the blight.
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
That's just a wishful thinking, and this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
The blight is the Maker's punishment will you defy. I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
Oh, yeah.
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the Coins? Levy the Trader?
I don't know, man. I never heard of you.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden Commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one, and our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
I'm surprised you kept your name.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
So what favour did you ask of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
I never heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
How will reclaiming the peak help the Warden?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Your family afraid will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
That's a quest I haven't done. Never seen that. Because I bought the Supreme Edition of...
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennec at your service once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
You're free to stay. Just let me see your wares, brother. Have you been following me? I thought you're free to stay. Just mind yourself.
Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
But, I'd like to see what... I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Oathkeeper is the only one I have. And I have no idea who's gonna use that. That's that.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
So what story exactly?
Oh, nothing so unusual and so interesting as you and your companions, I'm sure. Dwarven merchants are common enough on these roads, aren't they?
Let me see where it's from.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Destination Tower, demonic picture. Those things are gonna wait because they're gonna make grenades. Alright, let's see what he sells. Nothing interesting. Blood Dragon Plate Helmet. So he sells the rest of the Blood Dragon things. Well, I'm gonna have to buy that later. But not yet. Let's talk to Morgan.
What do you wish of me?
I have to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother has been doing this for a long time then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Oh, nothing in specific.
So glad I could indulge your idle curiosity then.
Liliana approves. My bears to die.
Oh, why you little...
What? Did you just jump at the sight of your own shadow again?
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Good boy. Teach this silly Alistair a lesson.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
I'm sorry, it's pretty silly. And it actually is fun to mock it. But I think before we head out somewhere else, we're gonna wait for next time. I mean, seriously, we have nothing left to do right now, so... I mean, I don't have more time, so we're gonna continue next time then. So, wait a second. Yeah. So, hit like and subscribe, and I see you next time. BroFive!